WBO Intercontinental Champion Paul "Scrap-Iron" Ryan.
Paul Ryan, who's become a bit of a folk hero. 30 years of age, unbeaten in 22 fights, though he was so nearly beaten in one of them against Oscar Palomino. But things have really taken off for Ryan, rather against the odds. Nobody gave him much chance when he fought Ross Hale for the British and Commonwealth titles, but he won it inside a round. 2 minutes and 32 seconds to be exact, showing some real power. But he's a refreshing character. He was asked at a press conference the other day, "What have I achieved?" "Nothing yet," he said. "Do you feel any different?" asked the press man. "No, not at all. He just wants to earn some money, get his world title shot, and then he says he might have something to boast about." Paul "Scrap-Iron" Ryan.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next contest on Sky Sports Big Time Boxing is a welterweight contest of 10 3-minute rounds in a match made at 10 stone 4 pounds. Introducing firstly in the red corner, wearing the gold trunks with the black trim, coming from Norwich. His professional record of 13 contests, he has 10 wins, 4 by way of KO, 3 losses and 1 draw. He's the former Southern Area champion. Would you please welcome Jon Thaxton. And across the ring in the blue corner, wearing the white trunks with the red trim, from Hackney. He's undefeated as a professional in 22 contests, 20 wins by way of KO, and comes to the ring as the British and Commonwealth and WBO Intercontinental welterweight champion, Paul "Scrap-Iron" Ryan. At the official weigh-in, both boxers were inside the stipulated limit. The referee for this contest, Mr. Roy Francis. The timekeeper, Mr. Ray Rice.
Referee Roy Francis for this one. Ryan, who's pushing on a bit in years. He was a very late starter. He never laced on a pair of gloves until about 5 years ago. 31 years of age. I'm sure you've read all the stories about his life of crime, how he spent 5 Christmases in prison in his younger days, but now very much a professional boxer, and boxing has turned this man's life around. He stopped his last 14 opponents, Ryan, up against Jon Thaxton here from Norwich. He prefers John to Jonathan. 21 years of age, a former Southern Area light welterweight champion and former kickboxer. And he's really up for the job, I can tell you this, Thaxton. He fancies himself to cause a massive upset, and goodness me, wouldn't he put himself on the map if he was to win this, Glenn?
Yes, he would. Both southpaws here. Thaxton, it's a marvellous opportunity for him here, and he's quite a quick puncher, and we've seen the sloppy defence of Paul Ryan from time to time. So really it could be an interesting fight.
Ryan does have a way of intimidating his opponents. He is a very stiff puncher indeed. Good ramrod right hand. Both of them southpaws. Great chance this for Thaxton. Comes in here as third choice opponent for Ryan, who is due to meet the Italian Antonio Strabello, then the American Gene Reed, who checked into a London hotel and was never seen again. If you know where he is, tell Frank Warren urgently. And so Jon Thaxton got the job late last week.
And this is a composed start from Ryan, using the jab very well, rocking the head back, just reddening the face of Thaxton.
It's a hiding to nothing job, really, this for Ryan. There are world title plans for him. They hope he'll meet the WBO champion Sonny Fuentes in April. Negotiations quite well advanced, I hear, for that. So he certainly can't afford a slip up here. Having said that, Thaxton has caused the odd upset, maybe when he had Colin Dunn on the floor in a Southern Area lightweight title fight. He's getting caught a lot here. Right, and he's got... Oh, he's got it with the left hand! What about this? I don't think he's going to get up. He won't. It's over. Oh, he looks in a bad way. Ryan, he doesn't know what's happened to him in there. There was no count. It's over. Thaxton's won inside a round, but more seriously than that, Ryan looked badly hurt. And there's some concern about his condition. What a sensation that was, but let us hope, before we talk about Thaxton's win, that Ryan is okay, because I did not like the look of him when he went down. The paramedics are in the ring at the moment, and let's just hope.
Ryan has been looking a couple of times there just to try and get him. I think the doctors are just keeping him on the floor to make sure he's all right, but again, he's trying to get up. It was a tremendous punch. We've often said that it could happen with Paul Ryan because he does carry his chin high and the defense is sloppy, and he paid the price there.
Well, we've seen it before with Ryan looking open, but that is an absolute nightmare for him. He still, I don't think, knows much about where he is. I think the doctors need to keep a very close eye on him for a little while yet. You'd like to see him kept under some observation, but what an amazing triumph this is for Jon Thaxton, the 21-year-old from Norwich, brought in at the last moment, and there it is, the jackpot payoff punch that lifts him into the big league.
Yes, a big left hook. Ryan was putting the pressure on, obviously felt confident, left his hands down, his chin up, and he paid the price. Beautiful left hook, and he went down heavily, and that was it would be a disastrous night this for Paul Ryan.
It really is. There was the punch that changes Jon Thaxton's life for the moment, and I'm afraid changes Paul Ryan's as well. No world title shot for him, I'm afraid. And Thaxton, who'd only won 10 and lost 3 in his career before this, it was only his 14th fight, has caused an absolute sensation here. Former kickboxer, brought up through the Norwich Lads Amateur Boxing Club, Norfolk ABA title, but very modest. Look at Ryan. Now he's woken up. Now he realizes what's happened. Late substitute opponent, and his world falls apart, and all this just months after the biggest win of his career against Ross Hale. What a strange business this can be. Roy Francis, I think, did obviously the right thing there, because Ryan was never ever going to get up. There was no count. He stopped the fight immediately so that the paramedics could get in there.
Ladies and gentlemen, at 2 minutes 18 seconds of round 1, the referee has stopped the contest. The winner by technical count out, Jon Thaxton.
Quite astonishing. Well, we can hardly believe that one here. That is a real turn up for the book. Well, Ryan, I'm sure he can come back from this and earn other chances, but really his defensive frailties were fully exposed there. The warning signs were out when he fought that light punching Spaniard Oscar Palomino, and probably should have been stopped that night. He wasn't, and went on to win, but he left himself open there, and the left hook of Thaxton did the rest.
Yes, you said he was on a hiding and nothing. These are always difficult fights when they're just biding time fights, and Jonathan Thaxton took his opportunity very well indeed. He wasn't phased. He let Ryan come to him, and then he let loose with that tremendous left hook. And then, unfortunately, that was the end of Paul Ryan.
Well, Jon Thaxton never thought he'd be sitting in front of our cameras to do an interview as a winner tonight. I don't think he did. Not a week ago, anyway. He is, you know, though. He's there with Gary Norman now.
People in the trade that knew you knew how up for this fight you were, and just how much a name you could make for yourself by winning.
That's right. I've been thinking about this fight for 1 year, maybe over. I saw him when he won the WBO Intercontinental title, and I thought, I can beat this kid, and I've just proved it. For 1 year, every time I've been running, training, I've been thinking about him, and now I've done it. Tonight is my night. You know, I'm sorry to Paul Ryan. You know, I'm glad Frank Warren and Paul Ryan gave me the opportunity great, thank you. I'm sorry for Paul Ryan. He's lost out on a world title shot. I apologise for that, but you know, business is business. I had to get my job done at the end of the day.
In your wildest dreams, did you think it would be over as quick as that?
No, but to be honest, I thought if I hit him, he can go. I hit him, and he went.
We've seen it before when he fought Jakubowski, when he fought Palomino. He's open to a shot.
That's it, that's it. I've been in the gym. I never stopped training. Brendan, John, they've always kept me in great shape. You know, I'm always in the gym. I'm never out of the gym, you know. And the opportunity came, 4 days notice, I took it. I've been training for this fight for maybe a year, because when I saw him when he got beat by Palomino, or when he beat Palomino, I thought, it's going to be mine.
I'm going to bring Brendan in here. I mean, he took the fight at 4 days' notice. I mean, we've known his capabilities. He's a tough little son. What did you make of his preparations for the fight?
He's only a baby. The preparation, I couldn't fault him. Every day, Dominic and John in the gym with him. The people down in Norwich, the support he gets from there, and especially at the Oasis, and Harry down there, the main man, giving the time off, you know, to come up and train. You know, it's a funny old game tonight. You know, Chris Saunders got done on me, you know, champion. He's come along and done scrap iron. I feel sorry for scrap iron, as, you know, he's got a title shot coming up. But you roll with them, you win some, you lose some, but the kid's 21, and no qualms about. I says, you know, Frank's give you the opportunity, they're stuck for an opponent. He says, yeah, I'll fight. You know, I don't care what the money is, just get me in there, I'll have a go at him. You know, and, you know, he's done it. Marvellous.
I'll tell you what, people are going to have to sit up and pay attention to Jon Thaxton now, aren't they?
Well, there's a new #1 in the country. I may not be the best fighter in the country yet at light welter, but I've just beat the best fighter.